In this tutorial, we're going to do a little bit with flipping, we're going to do a little bit with distortion, some things with creating a shadow, because when you put images together, you might have to deal with some lighting issues, you might have to deal with shadow issues, things to make things a little bit more of a seamless transition, I guess you could say. We are creating surreal things, but you also want to create a sense of reality, and you don't want to make it seem like you just cut something out and photoshopped it in and went on with your day. So here I have this chicken, and I've pulled him from another image, or her I should say, from another image. Clearly this is not part of this image. He's dancing around, she's dancing around, la 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 la. Okay, so what I need to do first off, I'm going to flip her because this is not right. So if we go to edit and we go to transform, we can do all sorts of warping here. We can get crazy up in here. Like, check it out, warping. We can like make this chicken crazy. Okay, I'm gonna actually not do this, but I don't want to apply this. What I actually want to do is just a very, very simple transform. I want to just flip this horizontally. Okay, so at least the light is kind of hitting her correctly. However, we're still dealing with an issue. Check out these awesome shadows here by the grass. Where's the shadow? Exactly. So we're going to do some things here to create a shadow. We're actually going to create a shadow from this layer. I just love dancing this chicken around. So much fun. Okay, so what we do here is we're going to actually duplicate this chicken layer. So you can do that by hitting Control J on your keypad. Okay, and I'm going to select the bottom layer because I'm creating a shadow, so it's going to be under this one. Hello. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my image adjustment options. We have totally done this, used this area before, so you know all about this. What we're going to do is I'm going to create a solid color. What colors are shadows? Well, black, variances of gray. So let's not make a blue shadow. Okay, let's make a black shadow. We're going to hit OK. Alright. You're probably like, what the heck's going on here? That's not a shadow. Don't worry, got it covered. If you hold Alt on your keypad and you look in your layers box, you see these little double circles in between here. If you hold Alt and you clip right there, it's going to clip it to that second layer. Now, where's our shadow? Well, it's technically under here. So what we're also going to do is we're going to merge these. I held Shift to merge these two, and then I'm going to right click and go to merge layers. So now we definitely have this black layer here. Still looks a little kooky ooky. Don't worry, we're going to get there. We have to distort it. Okay, so remember some of those things we did: edit, transform, warp, distort. We can try these sorts of things and kind of distort it out a little bit. Whoops. Okay, and kind of pull it down just a little bit. Okay, now it's going to take some moving around to kind of make this seem a little bit, so we can Control T and maybe distort it that way, stretch it out a little bit, rotate it around. Okay, go back, find your distortion, see what's going to work. Now obviously this is pretty solid. Like, I can't even see the cracks in the sidewalk. Well, you can just change the opacity here a little bit. I would try to keep it, in line with the same opaque quality of other shadows. This also has a little bit of a bluish kind of tone in it. So I mean, you could even go back to your solid color, make it a little blue-black if you wanted. I mean, you could do all these fun things. The other thing I would totally recommend is bringing to your filter and Gaussian blur up this just a smidge, because this is not going to be, you know, a perfect resemblance of the chicken. We could also make this shadow. We need to kind of move this shadow a little bit to the left. So go ahead and just keep, you know, playing around with your transformation, your distort, your warp, whatever works for you, to get it stretched the way that you want. Okay? Now, because it's, you know, a layer, I mean, obviously it's not going to be a perfect replication of this, but you could, you know, add a mask to it and use your black brush just to kind of, you know, hide some of that shadow. If it doesn't fit perfectly, you know, where you want it, you can just get rid of some of it. You can even use, we haven't used this tool. You're learning a lot of stuff in here. I hope I'm not going too fast, but you can always pause, rewind, and watch it again. We could also use the burn tool, which looks like a little, well, the dodge tool looks like a little lollipop, but the burn tool looks like the hand. Basically, burning makes things darker, dodging makes things lighter. Works just like a brush, and you can kind of just, you know, burn a little bit into that shadow. It's really kind of hard to see here. I don't think it's working too well, but you could darken, you know, some areas using the burn tool a little bit. So, but anyhow, what you need to learn in here is you're creating a second layer. Okay, you're creating, you're making that layer black, merging it with your solid color fill, using distortion, using Gaussian blur to just kind of trying to mimic what you might see in real life, so that you can really make people believe that this chicken is indeed, you know, running up this sidewalk.